Tomorrow, one of the South East's most recognisable stretches of road will mark its 30th anniversary, because it was back in October 1991 that the Queen Elizabeth II Bridge officially opened.
Yes, that meant 4 much-needed additional lanes of cars could use the busy Dartford Crossing between Essex and Kent. Around 75,000 vehicles now drive across the QEII every day. And ahead of its big birthday, we sent Kit Bradshaw to meet some of the traffic officers and engineers who keep it all working.
It was likened by some to San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge when it opened 3 decades ago. Rising up over the water, it was once the longest cable-stayed bridge in Europe and the first to be built across the Thames downstream of central London since 1894.
A royal seal of approval to open the Queen Elizabeth Bridge.
The Queen was on hand to formally open the structure which bears her name and take the inaugural journey from Essex to Kent, with the general public following not far behind. It added 4 lanes of carriageway to the 2 tunnels, which had become a major bottleneck. One of the civil engineers who worked on the scheme still recalls some of the challenges.
Wherever the steel was made, it had to be brought here in fabricated sections. You've got to think about fatigue, you've got to think about capacity. The other thing I always remember, coming down this ramp to the toll plaza as they were, the toll plazas had to be strengthened so that they couldn't be taken out with a lorry, because I mean, if the brakes failed, how do you stop them?
Today, hundreds of staff work throughout the year to keep the Dartford Crossing running. And for the QEII, it's high winds that can cause them the biggest headaches.
We have to put either speed restrictions or buffer lanes, or on rare occasions shut the bridge due to the high winds. Now, if it's crosswinds, that's more problematic for us, and then we're looking out for high-sided vehicles because they're the ones that are most affected by it.
Several times a year, while most of us are sleeping, the bridge is closed completely for important maintenance.
Tens of thousands of motorists drive across this bridge every single day, but very few people get to experience it on foot. And when you do, you really get a sense of the scale of this structure, 200 feet above the Thames.
We only get a closure every 6 weeks, and they're at night, so we get as many people up here as we can. Definitely a surreal experience, because it's normally 4 lanes chock-a-block with traffic, and we're up here and there's no traffic going past, just a load of people working.
The electronic warning signs all need to be checked, along with the cameras that enforce the dart charge. The toll never was totally scrapped, as had been promised, once the bridge's £100 million price tag was paid off. A small lift can also take workers 450 feet up, to the top of the 4 structural towers, somewhere our cameras were allowed in 1995.
I try and stay away from the edge if I can. I mean, no one else gets that view. It's iconic. You ask anyone in Essex, Kent, you know, head towards the QEII, head towards the bridge. Everyone knows what it is. It's a national landmark.
In recent years, attention has already turned to the need for another crossing east of London, with a proposal for twin tunnels not far from here in the pipeline. As for the QEII, its 30th birthday means it's now a quarter of the way through its estimated 120-year lifespan. With any luck, it'll still be a southeast landmark at the dawn of the 22nd century. Kit Bradshaw, ITV News, at the Queen Elizabeth II Bridge.